Astroturfed injected by force, transgenderism politically endorsed. Rather an escape where the girl is a horse than a woke appetizer and a worse main course. Ruin every recipe with too much salt. Transition, decision, regrets your fault. Body's cold, gotta spread that pain. Don't forget to wrap it up with lead to the brain. I guess the vocals weren't so minor. Since your stock fell, CEO earned a shiner. Day 1 DLC masquerade. We'll see what you say when nobody pays. Bundle up, Blizzard bust a pivot to profit. Stop by the dump for a pronoun deposit. Early access battle pass and a loot box game, your ass is grass. Layoffs earned for forcing ugly. Dancing is now harassment? Lovely. Blame the games for behavior of he, she. Dudes in skirts are a whole nother species. Hello, beta testers. Like, comment, subscribe, become a patron, or go clean out the wish list if you think I've done a great job surmising, sometimes at a glance, exactly what's causing apathy among the largest gaming demographic, heterosexual men. Woke puritanism, envy so powerful that a digital woman is triggering, a statue is triggering. Let's adapt a Hellraiser game, but there cannot be boobs. The literal top thing that's coming up when I search that. And it's the fun that entities must extract, they must remove, they must exclude while claiming its inclusion. And it makes it clear, as I said, at a glance, that some things are firmly off the table because of they-them's restrictions. I think no matter what you say, some of the worst people you know can restrain themselves from gunning down the nearest school full of children. I think there are politically and financially powerful people who embody evil, but even they aren't so mentally unstable and damaged by the genuine delusion that they are something other than what they are. They possess an understanding of right and wrong enough to pretend in front of people. But the behavior that you've witnessed online from people simply not getting their way, encountering people who disagree, it's savage. There's no other term that I think fits. I know being poor and feeling useless or stuck and not special must suck. But if everybody else can hack it without ending kids' lives, why is it that the one cult of entities that routinely go nuclear when they don't get enough attention is being so religiously catered to? They need to be shoehorned into culture, into media, their acceptance as forced, as their desire to inhabit specifically girl-centric spaces, bathrooms, theme parks with kids, women's sports, and, of course, the classroom. The younger the better, right? Because that's when they're susceptible, their minds are more malleable, and they're primed for that indoctrination, that brainwashing. They're easier to convince that the world that's so confusing is because they're confused, specifically about what their gender is. So the same losers with no life experience, no social skills, triggered by titty and vag because they're natural and you'll never have that. They're same people ruining games that are enthusiasts for mutilation specifically for kids, operating behind their parents' backs at an age too young to process the long-term ramifications. These entities deliberately hide the misery that comes with this irreversible decision that they, them have elected and are now convincing the young into. Back when Marilyn Manson was a popular scapegoat for everything wrong with the world, I vaguely remember a quote from him about listening, probably in the aftermath of the Columbine incident. This entity was not only narcissistic, very on brand, but hiding the misery, or at least the reason for it, coming from their irreversible decision to tempt life as the other gender with all the surgery and medication that comes with that. So here they assert that they're sick of their hair and want to chop it off. They only keep it because it's pretty much their last shared of being trans. They say they're tired of being trans and they wish they never brainwashed themselves, but they can't cut their hair off now. It would be an embarrassing defeat. Gotta keep up that appearance, make it seem like you're not miserable for this specific "we told you so," some might say, ass decision. So then, with the mighty power they wielded, big man, 'cause they have a firearm, and big long video, me show you ammunition, kill, and all of this shit, they decide to take some lives. Children, of course. Some very cowardly shit they've written makes it abundantly clear they were terrified of encountering any parents and would have just, you know what I mean? If it ever came to that. Hypocritically, this loser is telling people to be kind as you take other people's offspring off the planet. The fear actually factored in a big way into the premeditation here, but honestly, I see this comic and it made me insane for a minute, like white hot angry. Couldn't stop thinking, man, what if this was my kid and, you know, certain glow-in-the-dark motherfuckers would show up immediately and coach you on what you are and are not allowed to say in your statement because it's going to the nation and this is bigger than you and you need to, this is bigger than just you. So what if your kid died? You know what I'm saying? And on stream, I was running my mouth saying, hey, you know, it's the same kind of visit that maybe after the Carmelo incident some people had and, you know, they were forced to say exactly what the script they was passed. And maybe if we had an escape, this wouldn't rile us all up collectively so proper. It can't be only your own people, because the real people we are against right now, oh my god, dude. And it's so good that I'm running away from any attention online because it'd be called to action if I was any bigger, not cause it's real and I want that shit, but because I think I'm feeling it'd be a call to action if I was any bigger, not cause it's real. I want that shit, but because I think I'm feeling. I simply wanted an outlet, a quick way to relieve stress, but it seems that entities wanted attention, and a lot of them seem to have gotten it. We all are clocking how certain sites and programs are protecting and lying in favor of people to spare their feelings. We all know that if we ask right now what the statistics on some things are, as it pertains to this cult that's constantly throwing those statistics in the faces of people who have nothing to do with them. And the answers always paint a clear picture, but the truth is something that even the AI is getting censored for, and I'd be crazy not to learn from its example. I know a bunch of people, the Cracker Barrel thing may seem stupid to, but understand, the supposed vocal minority mattered enough for these changes to be reverted, but they can't take back some of what was said and why some of these changes were supposedly coming about. The painfully activism-infused nonsense that you, beta tester, are used to hearing out of every cringe, inclusive Bible thumper for over a decade. These are the same people you're seeing crashing and burning right now. Some of those same entities, and I watch some of these accounts, are defending someone who just took some kids' lives because it's all about what they agree with and whose side they're on. I'm watching Reddit be janitor shielding these killers because, you know, it's really about what flag they represent, not about the erasing kids so much. It's just some kids, right? The only way your game sees the light of day, entities, is when they're given away, and people don't even want it then. Dragon Age, but it's a return to form, right? You're a liar. You're the scum of the fucking earth. You're no better than someone covering for an entity that would feel themselves so mighty, so righteous, so privileged, so important. You think you're so special and unique that you can defy biology. And I hate myself, and I just don't feel like who I want to be, and I want to detransition, but I can't let them see, because it'd be a failure, it'd be embarrassing. I gotta lock and load, and I gotta go to school. I'm a woman, you better say I'm a woman. Look at this picture, this is what I look like. We're supposed to celebrate this, cool. So, the truth is, for people like me, watching entities light money on fire, not thousands, not hundreds of thousands, but millions. In some cases, hundreds of millions. I'm not implying all of that money is something that you have access to, but together, as far as the project is concerned, you're taking something that's worked historically for generations, because it's so simple to cater to boy and to cater to girl, but you trying to rewrite history. You are offended and triggered by history. So learn a lesson as if it's the first time it's ever happened in history. No one's ever had it worse than you. You're the only person going through it, and nobody else is struggling in a way where they don't feel like they could just take out their stress on, you know what I'm saying? For sure. I guess we're not so different, you and I. You don't get to lecture. You don't get to play moral busybody. You out here wasting not just money, but our time. Seeing Lost Soul Aside struggle is incredible, because my assessment was that it might have been a little Forspoken-y, a little First Descendant-y, if you know what I'm saying, but to see it just struggling to function, man, typical. Blizzard, among others, are beginning their retreat from forcing ugly, but just like you see with these propaganda games going into hiding, it's only going to make new groups even more bold, because they've the money and Jeff Keighley connections to peddle their slop and just ignore you and the no attention that you're going to give this game unless they make a big deal about it, like all the bald-headed bitches they hire to play, you know, the protagonist in their fucking game, with MCs that look less appealing than NPCs in other games. Suck a dick. Just like the supposedly vocal minority had Cracker Barrel revert in their changes, unpopular day one DLC attempts from games so woke even the vampires can't be sexy are forced to make changes because of a lack of interest. Vampire Masquerade Bloodlines 2. Did you hear that they're re-releasing motherfucking Twilight? You think that worked as well if the dudes were fucking ugly? Fat and just pimply, vitiligo, wheelchair, missing limbs, and all of that gay shit? Do you think it would have been, you know, better if all of them were old and just a little diverse? But not really diverse. Diverse by your standards, a little diverse. Oh my god, we're laid off. How could this be? What if Lara Croft was a man? What if Lara Croft was a man? With the palm of your hand. That's the power that you command. And you a man? My nigga. Ease your finger off that trigger. My nigga, no. Why don't you slow your roll? Why don't you have a drink? It's not that bad. It's not that bad. But you're lying. You gotta say anything to him. You gotta lie to him. That's how you can control them. We didn't lie to you. Is that how respect do? We respected you more than everyone around you. Damn, you respected someone enough to tell him the truth instead of lies like everybody else around him that kept him nice and happy, and you were the big fuddy-duddy. And look at you now. Who's the fool? Respecting a savage? Crystal Dynamics faces layoffs, and it's a real big mystery to everybody. Oh, it's just people that were working on Perfect Dark, which got canceled, so they don't need them anymore. They just fired those guys, right? Everything's fine, and you can expect your next ugly character on time, because this ain't even the first batch of layoffs this year, and you can guarantee that it will not be the last. Skate, the upcoming Fortnite looking free-to-play battle pass having loot box game with DEI design by EA releasing in early access is coming, and I don't think I've ever been more excited for a video game release for all the wrong reasons. If you haven't been liking and commenting and clicking into old videos at the end of the video and getting onto the wish list and going, God damn it, Kyle, you make my pee-pee boing, so I will. You know what I'm saying? And the girls are like, oh my God, Kyle, my cup size in the comments. Oh, my cup size. So in case you missed the live stream, let me play a snippet from a game called Time Takers. So pretty much just like that. Do I need to be a certain race to have an opinion on that, or might it be trash no matter who you fuckers ask? Blizzard doubled down on an appeal after someone was banned for using the term noob. And I'm sure in time it will be revealed as an overly aggressive AI chat monitoring system that just flagged this by accident, but they doubled down after an appeal. And the irony is that this terminology is used within the game itself, but that really doesn't matter when it comes to revoking your access. The time has come once again to interface with reality. My nigga, you're paying, you're playing, your time not saving. Always online means when they want they can shut you down and it's all gone. Get fucked, now you have nothing. This gay baby needs burping goo gaga. Why Satan send his dumbest soldier? If loving a dyed hair nose ring community manager screwing things up is wrong, then I don't want to be right. And it is my professional opinion that the way out of this darkness is to be equally as petty as you've seen somebody be for 10 years, maybe even more petty. You know, study from that book that they were so proud and pride in my proudness. Priggity pride. Oh, I'm so proud. All over the street. Good for you. So, if I can update a prophecy, I think that the cutoff for some of this woke, at least forward-facing, so blatant and overt garbage is going to be Grand Theft Auto 6, because by then the formula will be out for what people are probably going to start copying. And I'm excited in the next video to update some of the games that I'm looking forward to address some of your top comments as a thing I hopefully start making routine moving forward. No, you can't sleep with them, in reference to The Outer World, says Mozax8118. And everybody's natural response is, as if anybody would want to. And if you expand the comment, he quotes the Joker where he says, very poor choice of words. The Jim says, insufferable, the world is insufferable, but it's reaching a kind of critical mass where at the very least we can laugh without them all being able to focus that energy on everybody laughing with the intent to cancel them. How dare you mock me in my way of living? Mr. Caputo9 says, man, the Vietnam flashback this game is causing me is a punch in the face. Poor Saints Row, the entire franchise deserved better, not to be turned into a comedy college kid story posing as criminals. Well, let it be a lesson that anything that you love can end up in the wrong hands. I love you. Special thanks again to the patrons and sponsors. Without you, this wouldn't happen. So thank you for keeping the lights on. And my love is eternally with you. Yeah. Is with who? Is with you.